Alright everyone, it's time for another Let's Play video. Today we're going to play Horrible Hordes. This is a card game I came up with a few months ago. It's not 100% done, but it's playable and it works just fine. So it's a single player or potentially multiplayer co-op game that's supposed to replicate the feel of an old school first person shooter or kind of beat 'em up game like Doom or maybe like a Ninja Turtles arcade game. So you're gonna flip through this deck of cards that's randomized and battle enemies that come at you and collect power-ups or equipment that might help you further along. So it's themed for Chex Quest right now, the Chex Quest game. But you could reskin it. At some point I want to reskin it to Star Wars or Mario or Doom or something else. So here's what you need to play. So there's a big deck of cards. There's about like 100 cards, but then there's mission cards, these oversized cards. Here's one over here under these ones, and then I have some more. We're just going to play mission 1 in this video. And so each mission will tell you on the card what cards to put in your deck. And you're not going to play with every card in every game. There's also a few different characters you can play as. There's 5 or 6 total. I'm going to play as this one, Fred Chexter. There's some equipment you start with, the boot spoon and the small Zorcher. But other than that, we're all set to go. So each mission is divided into sections also. So first we're going to be looking for the blue key. And then when we find that, we're going to be looking for the red key, and then we're going to be looking for the exit. And so first we'll shuffle the blue key in, and we'll kind of battle through until we find that blue key card again. And then we'll shuffle the red card in, battle through until we find the red key card, and then battle through until we find the exit. And other than the cards, we have a set of die of D4, 6, 8, 12, and 20. And I have these life counters, or this is a life and ammo counter. You could use coins or dice or anything for those. And then I have this stack of mini D6s. These are for the enemy's life counters. You could also use coins or other things. You never really need this many. They just come in these giant cubes. So we'll go into the first room and see what happens. So we'll just flip over cards. Each room is just flipping over cards till we find an event card, and that signals the end of the room. In this case, the event's first. This event sprint says a character can pick up an item from the room before battling the enemies. Usually you have to battle the enemies before you can pick up the item, so it doesn't do anything. Now this room, Flemois by Pedicus, and it's a trap, so that means the enemies take the first turn in this room. Normally we would take the first turn. So on our turn, or on the enemy's turn, they'll go first. So let's give them some life first. This guy starts with 5 hit points. When he attacks, he rolls a d6 and takes that much health away from our health. And if he rolls a 1, if anyone rolls a 1, that is a miss and nothing happens. So d6 coming at us, and that's basically a 5. It was kind of on the edge of the card, but we'll minus 5 from our health down to 45 health points. Now it's our turn. So if we were playing multiplayer, we would decide among the players who goes first. All the players kind of take a turn together in a sort of like a turn block. So our character will go first since he's the only one. So we have the boot spoon, where you can attack without spending any ammo to do a d4 of damage, or the small Zorcher, which spends 1 ammo to do a d6 of damage. Since he has 5 health, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to spend a Zorch, roll a d6 at him. It's 3 damage. Brings him down to 2 health. Okay, then he'll take another turn. So he'll attack for 6. They don't have ammo. They just keep attacking relentlessly. So he does 6 damage to us. So that brings us down to 39 health. And then we'll take a turn. So we'll spend a Zorch, and we'll do a damage, or roll a d6, see what happens. 2 damage, just enough, and that gets rid of him. So he goes to the discard pile, and then we'll go to the next room. And in the next room, there's another Flemoidus by Pedicus, a small Zorch refill, Flemoidus communis, a smaller enemy, bowl of veggies, that food heals you, rapid Zorcher, an upgraded weapon, water, also a healing thing, Flemoidus by Pedicus, a small Zorch refill. Sometimes you get random rooms that are just very long. Slime repellent, that's like a damage prevention kind of item. So we got to keep flipping until we get to that event card. I'm going to regroup a little bit so that we can keep things a little organized. So the order of enemies kind of matters as far as sometimes things will affect the enemies and the enemies next to those enemies. So we'll just kind of make a back row of items and a front row of enemies. Hopefully the room ends soon. Okay, the blue key. All right, so this will be our last room for this stage of the mission. which is good. Well, if we get through it, hopefully there's not a million enemies in it. Flamboyant by Pedicus, Commonus. If we get through it, we will be largely rewarded. Cycloptus, that's the toughest one in this level. Sneak Attack, okay. Sneak Attack's an event that says that we get to do double damage on our first attack in this room. Okay, so let's give health to all these guys. That's a lot of them. So these bigger guys, by Pedicuses, get 5 health, and they do a d6 of damage. And the Commonuses have 3 health, and they do a d4 of damage. And then the Cycloptus is tougher than both of those. It has 10 health. It deals a d8 of damage to each person on our team if we had multiple people on our team. And it has armor, which reduces incoming attack. So it has 2 armor, so each incoming dice roll is -2'd. That won't make it miss on a 3. It'll still only miss on a natural 1, but the damage will be reduced. Okay, so we're going to take the first turn, and we get double damage on our first hit. And then they're going to take a turn and really probably rough us up a bit. So let's do our first hit to the Cycloptus, their strongest guy. So we'll spend a Zorch, roll a d6. It's a 6, amazing. So that doubles to 12. He has the armor that reduces it to 10, but he's only got 10 health. So that perfectly eliminates the biggest threat on the first turn. Very lucky. Okay, their turn, they're going to attack left to right in that order every time. And if we had 2 players, we would decide which of us they attack each time. Usually the player with the most health will be the one who absorbs the damage out of courtesy. So a d6 attack from him. So that's 3 damage to us. Sometimes I also find it's nice to have like some sort of token that you move between these when they get very big rooms to kind of keep track of where you're going. But we'll see if we can go without that for now. So this is... I gotta stop getting distracted though. Alright, so that one was a d6 to us, that did 3 damage, then this one's a d4 to us. That's 2 damage. Then another d6. 1, that's a miss, a d6. 4, that brings us down to 30 health, and then a d4 at the end here. 1, another miss. Okay, our turn, we'll spend a Zorch. We'll do a d6 at this first guy that does the d6 back at us. That's a miss, okay, they take a turn. Very unlucky, okay, d6. It's a 1, d4, it's a 3, brings us down to 27, d6, it's a 1, a 6 from him, down to 21 health, and then a d4 from this last dude, and it's a 3, so that brings us down to 18. We might not make it to the end of the stage, we might not get the blue key. So we'll spend a Zorch, we'll do a d6 to this guy again, hopefully it doesn't miss. It's a 3, it's not impressive. He'll take a turn. Okay, d6 at us, it's a 2. D4 at us, it's a 4. D6 at us, it's a 2. 10 health. Another d6 is next. 3 brings us down to 7 health. We need to have a perfect game the rest of this room to not die. 4 damage down to 3 health. Our turn. There's no way. We'll roll d6 at this guy. It's a 3 again. It goes down to 2 health. So we have the same number of enemies. They'll take a turn. They'll d6 at us. It's a 1. It's a miss. Oh, can we get 5 misses? A 1. It's a miss. Can we get 5 misses? A 2. Just 2 more misses and we'll survive another day. 4. Okay, we're dead. All right. Well, we lost the game. We didn't make it to the first objective. That's what happens sometimes. This is Horrible Hordes. Maybe I'll do another video and see if we can make it through mission 1. See you next time.